If I were a man of violence, I'd beat your brains out.
Now, back to the main event, the Ultimate Fight Show on 740 The Game.
We have a special guest on the Ultimate Fight Show right now. It's Mike Swick. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome to the Ultimate Fight Show on 740 The Game. How you been?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. The last time we talked, we had you down here in Orlando. I'm sure you remember. You did the seminar over at Tiger Martial Arts. We loved having you. Did you have as much fun as we did?
Oh, yeah, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You know what? I had the most fun when we hung out and watched UFC 100. We watched the fight. You gave an awesome seminar the next day. Everybody's still talking about it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, that was a great place to rush a fight at, too. That was huge.
Yeah, that was fun, man. We got to know you pretty well. One of the things I noticed is that, you're very loyal. You really love your teammates and your training partners out at AKA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, with that being said, when Paulo Thiago ended up catching Josh Koscheck in that fight, did you hope right away that you were going to get thrown on him?
But, yeah, definitely. I mean, we always want to fight, the guys that if they beat one of us, and I'm sure Koscheck wanted to get right back in there as well. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, man. I mean, he's a great jiu-jitsu guy, multiple-time, jiu-jitsu champion, but he ain't afraid to stand, and, he's got that serious demeanor, so.
Yeah, as soon as that happened, though, as a fan, as soon as that happened, I really hoped that they'd throw either you or Fitch on him, man.
Yeah, what's happening now? So, I mean, Koscheck had the rematch, and he was getting ready for it, and I wasn't. I was about ready to go to Brazil and take some time off and start my training in Brazil, and Koscheck injured himself. So I was like, well, I guess I'll step in. It'd be a great opportunity. So
well, we're excited to see it, man.
And I stepped up, and here we are. Now I'm in full-on fight camp, getting ready for February 6th.
Sounds good, man. Let's talk about some of the other stuff you do. You do a lot of work for the armed forces. Tell everybody about Combat Life brand and where they can get that.
Combat Life is just, man, I just created it initially because I toured a lot of military bases, and I wanted to hand them out something, so I wanted to hand them out. I saw some other fighters that handed out, miscellaneous T-shirts here and there, and the troops loved it. They really appreciate just a shirt and a cap. So I decided to create a brand that kind of gives back to them, and I called it Combat Life. Trademark it, and unbelievably it wasn't taken. And so I started printing Combat Life shirts and hats, and I just carried it around to all the military bases and just handed it out to all the troops, and they loved it.
Pretty cool shirts and hats, too. I liked them, too.
Yeah, so after like a year and a half of doing that, basically a charity, and giving them out and just handing them out to the military, we finally created a website, combatlifebrand.com, and it's been open for about maybe a month or so. And then we created also Spartan Screen Printing, this huge screen printing shop downtown San Jose. So I formulated that with my family and then hired some screen printers, and we have all the state-of-the-art stuff. We print and do all of my stuff exclusively, as well as we're open to the public. So we do T-shirts, caps, everything for all types of fight companies and fight brands and MMA clothes, all kinds of brands, I guess. We do Intel. So it's really cool, man, getting in that whole, aside from fighting, it's a cool thing, the T-shirt business. And I've kind of engulfed myself in every aspect of it now that I own a shop that caters to pretty much every type of company. We do T-shirts and pretty much everything, all kinds of screen printing and embroidery for any kind of custom shirts or caps or whatever. So we're doing, obviously I do a lot of fight-oriented stuff, but we do a lot of regular companies, and charities and events and stuff like that. So it's became really big, man. Our shop is doing really good, and it's the go-to spot now.
They can also check that out through your website, I'm sure, right?
Soon, yeah. I haven't even added that to the website, but Combat Life is up there. But
and that's just MikeSwick.com, so everybody check that out. It's pretty cool. I've been on that site several times. A very cool site. You're listening to the Ultimate Fight Show on 740 The Game. We're talking to UFC superstar Mike Swick. If you want to call in and talk to Mike, or you want to play UFC trivia against Mike, give us a call, 407-916-8255, or toll-free 1-800-729-8255. And I've seen you do some poker challenges, Mike. I actually am a poker player myself. What got you started on that? Tell me about it.
Oh, man, I've been playing poker my whole life. So, growing up in Texas, I always sat around while the adults played cards, and I was real fascinated. So, as soon as I could get to the chair, I was playing with them, and I've been playing my whole life. So when this whole online thing started, I was right on it. playing online and joining different sites. And about maybe a little bit more than 3 years ago, joined up with Full Tilt, and they brought me on as a sponsored player. And me and Bruce Buffer have been joined up with Full Tilt for over 3 years now. And so I play all the time on there, and I play the World Series of Poker and all the events I can get to. I mean, I only have so much time, but I really want to start doing, more bigger events.
Mike, what's your handle on Full Tilt for those guys that might want to test the skills a little?
Yeah, it's just my name, Mike Swick. So you can just find, I'm a red on the site, like a red name on the site or whatever. So
yeah, you can you can search for a player on that site too. You can find out what table you're in. So look for Mike Swick, man. See if you got anything for him. I kind of doubt it, but you never know.
And I play a lot of play chips too. So at nighttime, especially before fights and stuff, I'll play with a lot of people. PLO8, pot limit, high low, and I'll play and just play money, and I'll just cut it with people and stuff, and I'll be on there quite a bit usually.
I've had some pretty good luck myself on some of the larger tournaments, those 2,000 and 3,000 man tournaments. I've made it really low, but sometimes I've had some real heartbreakers where it's like, right on the bubble where I only need to make it to 12th to get my goal, and I make it to like 14th or something like that. It's just heartbreaking for me, man.
Yeah, I mean, you play so many hands that you get some really crushing beats. I mean,
yes.
You can play for days, at a live table, what you can play in hours online. So, I mean, you do see some just really rare, incredible beats on there.
Mike, what's your favorite place to go when you're out in Vegas for the fights?
In Vegas?
Yeah, you doing any gambling at the tables out there?
Yeah. Oh, you mean for poker? I'll play anywhere. I mean, I'll play it. Usually, when I'm there for a fight or something, like I'm going to be at Mandalay Bay for this fight February 6th, so I'll just play there. Caesar's got a good poker room. Obviously, the Bellagio's got a really nice one, which is really packed. And I've had a lot of luck at MGM. I really like that one, too. Obviously, during June, you go to the Rio. That's where the World Series is, and the cash games are insane. I mean, it's the only place I found where you can just find unlimited PLO8 games going 24/7.
Talking about that fight coming up in February, you're fighting against Paulo Thiago, who has one loss, and I believe that loss came against one of your teammates. How much help are you getting, and what kind of game plan are you coming up with for this fight against Thiago?
Yeah, it does help a lot. A lot of stuff you can't tell on video, like different strengths and positional stuff, balance, how he is in the clinch and his hip movement and, how he gets his takedowns, how he defends his takedowns, his jiu-jitsu game. So Fitch has really filled in a lot of blanks for me, which has worked really well. He's actually one of my main training partners for this fight. Jake Shields has been coming in, who's just relentless on the takedown. I mean, I think Jake Shields' takedown is probably 10 times better than Paulo Thiago's. So, having to defend against Jake's takedown constantly has been really good for my training.
Well, and I know Fitch coming out of Purdue, he's no slouch on the takedowns either. Absolutely
not. No, for sure. He's great. And it's just been a great camp so far. It's the shortest camp I've had, but I think we're doing the right thing, and I'm getting in shape fast, and I'm doing what I need to do. So I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm excited to get back in there.